Hi, folks. How you doing? I'm Mr. Bachman. I'll be your English teacher this year for second semester. Now, many of you have already had in class either last semester or uh, in years previous. So a lot of you already know a lot about me, and I know some things about you. And the rest of you, I'm sure I'll get to know about you, get to know you better, and you'll get to know me better as the year goes on. So this will be a short video here where I just want to familiarize you with Canvas, what it's going to look like in our class, and what to expect as we get in started with the second semester. So when you enter Canvas here, we start from our home page. You open up Canvas, and you click on our course, our English class. I teach 9, 10, and 12. I'll just pick 10 for an example. When you open that up, you'll see a pretty basic home page here. Most of what you're going to focus on is going to be right here in the modules, right? You have access to the online textbook here. Anytime we have a Google Meet scheduled, you can click this, and it'll bring a link up for you. But pretty much all of our assignments and tasks are going to be listed in the modules. So you'll want to click on that. Now, once you click on the module, it'll pull up a week and the dates. So like this week, week 1 is from January 4th to January 8th. Now, this semester is going to be a little bit different because, as you guys know, the school is going to ask you to log in virtually, even when you're not here. So if you're a full virtual student, you'll log into my class twice a week. Let's say I have you Monday, Tuesday, second block. You'll just join the virtual Google Meet both times. If you're a hybrid student, which means you come to class one time a week with me, and then the other day you log in through the Google Meet. So what they're expecting us to do then is to ask to kind of have that set up and ready to go. So the way our modules are going to be set up is everything's going to be listed as day 1 and day 2. So if you're a Monday, Tuesday person, like if you're alphabet, if you're in the first half of the alphabet on day 1, we'll do this in person if you're hybrid, and then day 2, you'll do that virtually. Same thing, switch that if you are M through Z on day 1, you'll do this virtually, and then on day 2, we'll meet in person to complete that. If you're fully virtual, you'll just complete all of these on your own, during our virtual time. So that's going to look a little bit different. So everything will just kind of be listed here. You'll see the week, you'll see the day, and then the tasks that I want you to accomplish that day. So for this first week, this intro video is logged right in here. There's a little survey I want you to complete, and then there's nothing additional for the second day. So really, this first week, just getting back to Canvas, I'm going to ask you to complete this survey, and I'll walk you through that really quickly here. When you click on this, if I can get it to show up. Yeah. There are some slides here that I want you to complete. So when you open those up, it's a little introductory that I'm going to ask you to complete. So I get to know a little bit about you, a little bit different too. So first few slides going to ask you about your favorite either author, poet, or musician or artist. And the second one's going to ask you to share something with me that you just wish I knew about you. So for the first task, I want you to tell me about one of your favorite authors, poets, musicians, or artists. Tell me a little bit about his or her style or the trademarks of his or her work. What is it that you like about him or her as an author, a poet, a musician, or an artist? So you can feel free to include images or samples or excerpts of their work to help highlight the person that you wanted to talk about. So for me, here's a sample that I have on the next slide. One of my favorite authors is Cormac McCarthy, and I've just listed here some of his common settings, which are like deserts and wastelands, and his trademarks of style, where he doesn't really focus on punctuation a lot. He doesn't use semicolons. He has very few commas, doesn't use quotation marks when people are talking, which is interesting. He likes to use sentence fragments, run-ons, and that sort of things. And a lot of times he'll use nouns as verbs, which is kind of interesting. When I read that, it kind of keeps me interested. And he uses this as polysyndeton, which is basically almost like run-on sentences that kind of make it feel very dreamlike. So I put some examples of his writing down here that kind of show that. So like the points in blue here are showcased down here. The points in red are showcased down here. So it's just a little bit about the author that I like. The second thing then, this next slide here is where I just want you to kind of say, okay, here's my favorite author or my favorite musician, and just kind of explain what it is you like about him or her and include any excerpts or things that you might think would be important. And the last text box here I really want you to focus on is just like, tell me one thing about you that you think I should know as we get prepared for this second semester. And then once you're done with that, you can submit it. So that really, folks, is kind of like our basic overview for the week. I'm going to get to meet some of you in person, and then next week we'll start the live Google Meets in class at the same time, and that link will be right here. So when you click on that, you'll be able to join it right here. Um, Other than that, I think, yeah, everything's pretty straightforward. So if anything comes up, please feel free to shoot me an email, and I'll respond to you as quickly as I can. Look forward to working with you guys, and I'll see you soon.